what? Even if I would have got the win last time, I would have called Dana and I would have asked for the rematch. Because you don't want to win like that, squeaking it out and this and that. So I want to win a dominating performance, and I want to, like I said before, I want to keep the fight in Ultimate Fighting. And how do you do that? That's by finishing it off.
One more tonight.
BJ, most of the guys you figure out in the first round. This fight against Frankie, at least 3 or 4 rounds, just stay with them. Speed. Was that the main thing, the speed that took you off guard?
I just think Frankie had a great game plan. I don't think it was any one aspect alone. Him and his corner, they put together a great fight.
Are you intrigued by the Tony Couture matchup with the boxing and the MMA, and what do you think might happen?
I am intrigued about that fight. I think James Toney is really bridging the gap between the two sports, and you never know, you might see a fighter one day going and box James Toney in a boxing match. You never know what could happen. So I think that's great for the sport. You know, of course, everybody's here is thinking that Tony's out of his element. You know, and you'd have to be crazy not to be thinking that Tony's out of his element. But he's a tough guy. He knows what he's getting himself into.
What makes you say you're in your prime right now? Is it just mentally? Is it physically? What makes you say that? Because I've heard you say it a couple times.
Well, I think it might be because I'm 31, but and I would think that I got the experience from my 20s, and you don't truly become successful until you're in your 30s. And I think, and actually since I turned 30, I've actually had some bad fights, a few good ones. I had the GSP fight and the Frankie Edgar fight and Florian and Diego. So you know, I think I'm starting to figure this thing out.
So the critics that said, you know, if you only trained hard, you only were committed, because that was the big rap for all these years, and then you responded to them too much.
Criticism is hard to take from friends, family, and strangers. You know, no matter who's criticizing, it's hard to take. And the critics, after I lose, they wish I would roll over and die. I'm sure they don't want to see BJ Penn anymore, but they're not going to stop me. They're not going to be holding me down. I'm just going to keep irritating them every time I come back better, and it's just going to be pissing them off.
You think there's that many? I mean, you're pretty popular. There's not that many critics, are there?
I'll call them more haters than critics, I guess.
Yeah. BJ